Did you really think I wouldn't create a Wonderlands build, even despite the fact I haven't been streaming or doing much YouTube content for the past while? Did you really think I wouldn't do a build on the highest difficulty with certain mathematics and mechanics? Did you really think I wouldn't create one? Let's show you guys what I've been up to the past wee while, shall we? So to prevent this video from being longer than like 20 hours, this is a hybrid build of builds I did on Borderlands 3. Some of you will know I did quite a few builds on Amara and Moze. This build focuses on both of their playstyles, but it's in Wonderlands and not Borderlands 3, so yeah, it's a pretty bloody fun build. It is Chaos 20 ready, so yeah, even if your anointments aren't perfect, you're still gonna kick ass. You'll go down a couple of times, but if you have a good TDR or a very, very good liquid cooling, you're gonna be up within seconds, so you're gonna go down, don't worry about it. This is called Commando Witch, so yeah, it's Chaos 20 ready, and let's start explaining how the build works. So if you're just in it to see what's in the skill tree, you don't want me to sort of briefly talk over why I use things, and yep, that is your skill tree there. Am I using these skills, you may want to find out. Well, or may want to ask. Words. 3 points into our magic bullets, so we're getting spell damage and stun damage, and that's giving us 45% extra on that. Then we've got our 5 points into resuscitation. However, we've got an extra 2 points from our class mod, so that's giving us a reload speed of 56%, which when you're using the COV style weapons, then yeah, that's really, really good. It helps a lot with your kind of like getting out of things. Then we've got our 5 points into just warming up, so the Fate Maker gains increased fire rate for every stack of spell weaving. And also 4% spell weaving gets extra bonuses, as you'll see later on throughout the skill and the build. 1 point into mage armor, so whenever the Fate Maker gains a stack of spell weaving, a portion of her ward is restored. Pretty damn good. And then just to make up, sort of to get to the next part of the skill tree, we put 1 point into Font of Mana, which is just a little bit of cooldown. The way this build is, we don't need to worry about cooldowns, because if we get sort of critical hits or critical kills, then we're actually gaining we have a chance to get our the spells up straight away. So we don't need to worry so much about the cooldown, but it was just 1 point just to put it in. If you want to put that extra point into Spell Sniper for critical hit chances, you can, but I just put it down for a bit of cooldown. You could also, if you wanted, go Glass Cannon, but yeah, you get 30% extra spell damage, which, is pretty good. But we're not getting our shield doesn't regen. So yeah, I mean, if you want to be a full glass cannon, you could take 1 point out of mage armor and put it into glass cannon instead. I just prefer to have my shield regenning. Because the way this build is, like, you're going to go down quite a bit when you're using your TDRs as well, so I prefer just to put that point into mage armor. Also got 5 points into imbued weapons, so whenever the Fate Maker casts a spell, her guns deal bonus damage of that spell's element for the duration. I just got tongue-tied there. Basically just extra damage time. And we have got 1 point into high thread count, but our class mod gives an extra, so we just get more spell weaving stacks, you get more damage, more reload speed, yada yada yada. 4 points into Warcaster, so as the description says there, whenever the Fate Maker kills an enemy, there's a chance for her currently equipped gun to be instantly reloaded. So yeah, we're getting 45% extra chance of, reload chance, after a kill, which is, pretty handy, especially if you're using TDRs or that, you kind of want your kind of reload speed quite quick. We're 1 point into one shot, one kill, which is increased gun damage per spell weaving. We go by 4% per stack, not too bad. And then we're in the capstone of Sever the Thread. Now this is what I meant about the not having to worry too much about only 1 point in Font of Mana, because, as I did sort of briefly say earlier, gun critical gun critical hits have a chance to instantly reset all spell cooldowns. This skill has a short cooldown. So yeah, it is 15% chance, however, it is pretty damn good. Very good. And we have got 5 points into our, first, the next build, this is the Style Master tree we're going into. Kind of run and gun style build. So we got 5 points into Arsenal, extra melee damage, spell damage, gun damage, about 15%, not too bad. 3 points into haste, so melee attack speed is increased, movement speed is increased, and the quicker we run with this build, the more damage we do, and that's without counting our spells and general weapons. But it basically says when the Fate Maker casts a spell, the bonus is doubled for the duration. So yeah, you get that as an extra. So you are getting your extra damage there. We got full 5 points into Swift Death. While moving, the Fate Maker gains increased damage dealt. That's basically our run and gun. So we had 5 points in there. 3 points into Exploit Their Weakness. Whenever the Fate Maker applies a status effect to an enemy, the effect enemy takes increased damage from all sources for its duration. The effect can stack extra damage. Pretty damn good. And our last point goes into our elusive, so the Fate Maker can now shoot and sprint at the same time. This is very similar to what Moze could do in Borderlands 3. I think it was green tree if I remember correctly, but I can't remember my build too much that I posted online for that one. But yeah, that's running gun. Basically, quicker you move, more damage. It says evasion, 10% at default walk speed, but you do get extra for running. So keep moving, just don't stop moving, So the weapons I would really recommend for this build, first of all, main priority, farm yourself a liquid cooling. Frost damage, every critical hit you get stops the gun from overheating, so you can just keep the ammo going, keep the bullets shooting. This isn't a fantastic anointment, however, this gun with that anointment still bloody shreds. And then I use a live wire, but I also like to use a Borea's Breath or a Queen's Cry, just for the extra frost damage, and also TDR is your throw, but then if you throw a TDR, you're going to get ice bites coming out, which is going to freeze your enemies and cause extra damage there. But you can also use a White Rider, which is fucking awesome. Honestly, put this on single beam and you're going to enjoy it. But to be honest, or any Nightshade SMG, any SMG that you enjoy playing with, but Livewire or White Rider or Borea's Breath, just they're fun. AR wise, I really enjoy the Rogue Imp. This is a COV weapon that does overheat pretty pretty fucking quickly. But with our skill tree, with our faster reloads, yeah, it's like 1 or 2 seconds, and then boom, you're back in the game. And the extra ability this gun can do, I'm not going to tell you, but it's fucking awesome what it can do when it is reloading. And we also like to mainly use our Blazing Gluttony. It's actually very, very, for TDR, very good standard bullet damage, and then when you throw this, you get Blood Whirlwinds. I managed to get there, which do heal you. And as I said, your bullet damage is great, so that is like a fantastic fight for your life weapon. But even like when you're doing the General Spire missions, it wipes bloody quick. Thanks for interrupting me, my character. But yeah, there's so much to conquer, and yeah, that weapon is great for conquering. In terms of melee, I like to use the Fate Breaker. But if you want to go more into the run and gun style of what Moze used to be like, then you could get yourself a pickaxe, which every time you melee you get gold, but it actually has a secret ability, which is when you actually pick up random money or gold, you get benefits of, as it says here, melee attack spawn gold whenever the Fate Maker picks up gold, increased movement speed, spell cooldown rate, and action skill cooldown rate. So any of those abilities, it's great for. And then we're getting our extra attack speed, critical chance, and critical damage. So yeah, but if you don't want to go to the run and gun build, Fate Breaker, still fucking awesome. ability, you melee, you get like fucking electric burst. It's beautiful. It's just great. So, on to the gear. I like to go into the bonuses of dark magic, gun damage, spell power, my Stabomancer or spell shot power. I like to go into those. This is okay. This is actually pretty good for the gun damage. But it's mainly into our action skill and critical hit, and we're doing spells instead of action skills, so just need to get a better version of this. Like more into gun damage or spell damage, but you know, it's a grind, it's a farm, you need to do it. Our other one here isn't the spell damage, which, you know, is pretty good because we get our companion critical hit chance. Our TDRs when checked count as companions, in case some of you didn't know, so yeah, that's good. Shield, we're just going for a spirit rune. Our, yeah, basically unique runes are shared across all players equipped a rune ward. I'm just equipping the shield for the extra 40% shield capacity. We do lose a little bit of health, it's only 10%, it's not too bad. And then standing still, we get, you know, 20% extra increased lightning damage, which works with our fire wire and any electric spells. Spells, it's good. Our class mode is our, let's see if I can pronounce this correctly this time, Amalgam. I might have said it wrong, but this is, there's no extra, like, ability on this one. This is just like, you know, extra gun critical hit abilities. It's just general little buffs. No got not got a bonus perk. Ideally, if you can, first of all, these class mods are quite tricky to actually find, but if you do get one, try and get one with spell shot power and Stabomancer power. I've not come across one yet. I would love to have one in spell shot and Stabomancer. Just, you know, helping both classes instead of just the one there. We are using I'm just waiting for the booze, the Buffmeister. However, it's on our left hand, not our right hand, so we're not using the glitch. Yeah. Yeah. We are using the Buffmeister. It does give, but basically it gives you extra damage with your weapons for about 9-10 seconds, and it's pretty damn good. But yeah, we're not using it on the right hand using the glitch. We're using the left hand there. Hopefully Gearbox patch that soon. And we're just using the Surging Thunder, basically just you throw your spell, you kind of get lava and that on the ground, and in a kind of straight line damages enemies there. And we're getting our spell damage, spell cooldowns, which is, you know, good extra bonuses there too. And then dark magic damage, spell shot power, you know, it's now two things I like to spec into, and we're getting gun handling, which is pretty good. And then when the Fate Maker or companion kills an enemy, companion damage is increased by 20% for 5 seconds. And this counts for TDR, so, you know, extra damage. The way for enchantments, aka anoints, for this build, try and mix them up a little bit. Don't focus too much on one style of enchantment. Ideally, the ones you want to go for are like on spellcasts, get certain spell damage or element damage. This for liquid cooling isn't great because it's buffing fire damage, and this is a frost weapon, so the fire damage would only go towards our spells. So you really just want to mix up a little bit. Like this one here, after getting a gun kill, gain 14% extra damage, 21% extra movement speed. Try and mix them up, because it's, unlike Borderlands 3, you don't have to 100% have the best anointment to get through like good Chaos 20 chamber runs. It's just an extra little help, really. But so ideally go for, I keep saying ideally. There we go. Many more times, hopefully I'll stop saying it. Mix them up, you know? Get on spellcast, get the same element damage as your weapon does, or get the movement speed, or you can get ones with on gun kill, get extra sort of damage, or reload speed, you can get extra boost. Just try and mix them up. Don't keep them all the same, so your playstyle can be mixed up and you do go more for the commando style. Try and mix them. You might come across one that you actually didn't think you'd enjoy, but you love the shit out of it. You know, I On Borderlands 3, I didn't enjoy TDRs, and yet in Wonderlands, I fucking love this one here. You know, it's just mix it up just a little bit. You know, tweak things to certain ways. Don't copy this build exactly. You know. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Give you a kind of brief idea what I used to do, what I love doing, how I love the numbers and the maths and the builds of this. YouTube videos and Twitch streams, they really haven't been happening. I've just been super busy, so I've just, you know, been away from things, but in the meantime, hopefully we'll get some more Wonderlands content for you guys, and I can do some more builds and talk about more stuff. But until then, don't do anything that I would do. Keep yourself safe, and until the next video, or shout or scream, take care. Bye-bye.